2001, A Space Odyssey is one of the great cinematic visual experiences ever put on film, with fantastic atmosphere, deep philosophical implication and a non-linear plot. Kubrick's directing style is terrific. As in all his films, Kubrick likes to use his camera as means to delve into the psychology of his characters and plots.
When I first saw 2001, I didn't like it, and I was very disappointed. And then 3 or 4 months later, I was with some woman in California, and she was telling me what a wonderful film it was, and I went to see it again, and I liked it a lot more the second time I saw it. And then a couple of years later, I saw it again, and I thought, gee, this is really a sensational movie.
When a large black monolith is found beneath the surface of the moon, the reaction immediately is that it was intentionally buried. When the point of origin is confirmed as Jupiter, an expedition is sent in hopes of finding the source. When Dr. David Bowman discovers faults in the expeditionary spacecraft's communications system, he discovers more than he ever wanted to know. It is well shot, and although slow-moving, it is intense throughout. Most of this film takes place in space. Through the use of silence and the darkness of space itself, a mood of isolation is created. The special effects that won Kubrick his only Oscar are the most stunning effects which draws viewers even to this day. The featuring of classical music to establish atmosphere works brilliantly. It provides a feeling of awe, mystery and intrigue. It's been 5 decades since the release of 2001, A Space Odyssey, and we're still trying to make sense of it. Stanley Kubrick's science fiction masterpiece is regularly voted as one of the greatest films ever made. But 2001 is one of the most puzzling films ever made. What, for instance, is a shiny rectangular monolith doing in prehistoric Africa? Why does an astronaut hurtle through a psychedelic light show to another universe? There are many aspects to this film which eventually make your head scratching. Kubrick himself wouldn't be too upset by all this head scratching. You're free to speculate about the philosophical and allegorical meaning of the film. He told an interviewer in 1968, "But I don't want to spell out a verbal roadmap for 2001 that every viewer will feel obligated to pursue, or else fear he's missed the point." 2001 endeavours to ask meaningful questions of the viewer. For example, what is mankind's place and purpose in the universe? And it doesn't provide all the answers. It challenges the viewer to come up with her own answers. Other issues, such as man versus machines, and the possibility of higher intelligence than man existing, are also addressed but not given pat or preachy answers. The ambiguity is part of the appeal of this film.
She always loved the pictures.
It's an old federal textbook. We've replaced them with the corrected versions.
Corrected?
Explaining how the Apollo missions were fake to bankrupt the Soviet Union.
You don't believe we went to the moon?
It branches off one of the most popular conspiracy theories of the 20th century. American astronauts never actually walked on the moon, and the whole thing was an elaborately conceived Cold War charade. The release of 2001, just a year prior to Apollo 11's lunar mission, seems to have sparked the idea that Kubrick was hired by NASA to secretly fake and film the astonishing small step for man on an earthly soundstage. Of course, this has been widely derided as a hoax. The story of faked moon landings may indeed be a hoax, but that hasn't stopped it from capturing imaginations over the years. It's striking that Kubrick set out to make the proverbial good science fiction movie, to borrow Clarke's phrase, and that he was fascinated specifically by alien life. And yet he couldn't help commenting on human life instead. It's one reason why 2001 is so satisfying, as cryptic as it may be. Kubrick was dreaming of other worlds, but he kept coming back down to Earth. If you have not watched 2001, Space Odyssey, I recommend you to buy Blu-ray edition. Link is in the description box. For video edit, contact visualcuts.com, or you can visit the website www.visualcuts.com for more information.